Ladies and gents, we are here, and this is the third game in Regicide Rumble 5. Remember, there's a total of 8 games. We have 4 community games. We've got 4 pro games. Winner of every game goes to an eventual final, and this one is on Hillfort. But let's just remind everybody kind of how this works. There's, of course, 8 kings. This is a Regicide game, and the kings have money on their heads. That crown, worth $25 right there. So if you kill a king, 25 bucks goes to you. And then if you are in top 3 positions, you also get money for that. So yesterday we had, I think, one player get 200 bucks from just one game. So anyways, pretty crazy stuff here. And we've got lower rated players in this one compared to the first 2 games we had in the community game. So I'm going to introduce the players now, starting here with Pickled Cabbage. We got Pickled Cabbage playing as the Byzantines. In the purple, we have 7Kai, I don't know how to say it, playing in the purple as the Koreans. In the red, we have Ronin. Ronin, I believe, was the only player who was not ranked here, so I don't know too much about Ronin, but a player not being ranked does not necessarily mean much. Ronin playing as the Vietnamese. In the green, we have Eric Baum. Now, I'm going to get back to him, but he is the highest rated player in this lobby at 1,400 elo. He's playing as the Huns. In the orange, we have Cocky Joe, a.k.a. Simple Joe. Okay, I have to talk about it now. The fact that these two are actually next to each other is insane. So, in the legend of Cocky Joe, or Simple Joe, he was originally called Cocky Joe, and then he was nothing but kind, and he was being attacked by one player. This was 3 years ago, and he was attacked by Eric Baum. I'm not even kidding. And Cocky Joe I rigged in because he's in the legend video, just like TomTom, who we're going to get to. But our bot selected the 6 other names through the entries today, and Eric Baum actually got selected. The fact that he got selected is crazy. The fact they are next to each other is crazy. And we'll see what happens there. But anyways, in the gray, we've got Wally, who's apparently stressing out. And then we have the legend TomTom, who I think because we rigged him in today, changed his name to the Royally Sanctioned Wizard. And he is incredibly chatty. I think we've probably already missed a lot here. And he says, please disregard my king. He is inspecting the premises. Okay. And we got TomTom saying, so Joe, I know what it's like to have a nemesis. Shall you choose forgiveness or revenge? In either case, I would like to be your ally. And Cocky Joe, a.k.a. Simple Joe, says, there can't be revenge since at the start he made me a legend. I have to be thankful. But still, I will have to keep an eye on him. Okay. Well, so what happened in that game? I feel like explaining this, as TomTom says, thou art Joe the Wise. What happened in that game again was his name was Cocky Joe, and I'd never seen him before. Eric Baum he had to go to a work meeting in like 30 minutes, so he just picked a target and kept trying to kill him. And poor Cocky Joe just kept running around the map. I think I titled it Simple Joe because I didn't think he was cocky. All right, so let's talk about the map. So we made some adjustments to this map, by the way. We got gold in the middle. This is not normal on Hillfort. I felt like there was limited gold on the map otherwise, so we added gold in the middle. That's kind of the main thing. Shout out to T West for making the tweaks here. There's lots of reason to go to the middle. Otherwise, it would have just been these little gold areas on the outside. And then eventually trade. So gold to work with. Players obviously start in a 4 tier. And because the highest ranked player is 1,400 elo, and the lowest ranked is like 600, I would expect this to be more of a diplomatic game and a slower start than some of the other ones. So far, obviously, TomTom reached out to Orange. And, oh, God, TomTom, I forgot about his spell casting. How could I forget? He says, let us begin with a nice little spell on you. I do cast Mature Humor. Which doesn't make you immune to Joe Mama jokes. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But now it does. Okay. All right, so the Joe Mama joke has been made. And we'll see how things go from here. Freaking TomTom. So my impression with TomTom is like, after a while, I thought it was going to get old, but he is very creative. So Gray is stressing out. Gray asked before the game how to do chat settings. and says, can you read this, Blue? So Gray is like realizing for the first time how this all works. We did have Teal, though. Pickled Cabbage. And this is important. Say, Purple, we neighbors, friends, please. And Purple did say yes. Those two are going to be pals. Now, I am going to address this because I don't want to seem as though I'm ignoring it and create, you know, even more of a conspiracy. But there was that message then from Cocky Joe. It says, only to you, T90, did you put Eric Bomb on purpose here? No. It's just the bot selects people. Like, it's just a crazy coincidence. Eric Bomb hasn't said a freaking thing, by the way. He should know that, you know, his reputation from the Cocky Joe game is something some players are aware of. Especially because I brought it up. So, like, if you didn't know about it, you do now. And he's also the highest ranked player in the lobby, so we'll see what his castle time looks like. I think he's going to go Tarkin sniping, guys. I think that Eric Bomb could get a lot of snipes here. And TomTom was not actually allied with a lot of people. But he does ally now. And he apologizes. Gray says, last game I played against Portuguese, I lost. No clue how to counter them. You would make a great ally. That's kind of funny. The reasoning there from Gray. But now everyone's actually allied. Okay, so it looks like even Ronan had missed out on a couple people there. Well, we'll see how things go, guys. But, you know, so far it seems like, you know, TomTom wants to be friends with everybody. Deadly Cookies played a lot of community games over the years. I might have actually forgotten to introduce him. Deadly Cookies got some experience. Certainly one of the favorites, maybe. But yeah, Teal and Purple did say friends to the end and just kind of left it at that for now. And Eric Bomb says, we are the highest rated, Joe. They will most likely team on us, want to be allies. And Joe says, if that doesn't result in another bag stab, but I think that was Big Tasty Bacon. And so he meant to say he backstabbed me, and he said backstab. Again, if you haven't watched the video, you have to watch the Legend of Simple Joe or Cocky Joe, whatever. It's so funny. And Eric Bomb said, it was not a backstab. I had to go to work XD, so I wanted to die in a funny way. Okay, well, that's true. He's just a good employee. That's all he is, guys. But it is interesting. It doesn't seem like Eric actually has anything against Orange, and he doesn't have to go to work now. So, you know, we'll see if there's some trust there. There could always be some revenge sniping as well from Orange. I guess Orange seems really appreciative. Says, don't worry, mate. I'm so happy for that day. You're the reason why I'm here. It's true. If it was like if Eric Bomb didn't attack him, he wouldn't have become a legend most likely because he wouldn't have had to survive all that stuff and the backstab and all that wouldn't have come after it. Yellow asking Teal about any potential partners, so there might be an alliance there. So maybe Pickled Cabbage will inform Deadly Cookie that they do indeed have another ally in Purple. Gray seems very, very kind and very there's a word I'm looking for, and I can't find the word for some reason. What's the word to describe Gray so far? It's been very kind, very shy, very come on, vocabulary. What's happening here? Very aloof, no. Demure, no. Flirtatious, absolutely not. Genuine, no. Naive, no. Timid. Timid's good. I like timid. A little bit timid. I like timid. The thing about TomTom never really, like, takes enough charge to win a game in a Regicide game. Let's remember that. He did win that crazy sudden death game, though, and was casting tons of spells. Pickled Cabbage says, talk to Perp, first community game, so a little bit nervous. Imagine that. Your first game is not just a community game, but it's a Regicide Rumble game. $25 per King Stipe. And prize pool for top 3 finish. That's crazy. That is so good. Now, I think when you're looking for allies on any map, but especially this map, you got to be thinking about trade setup, corner to corner, right? So, like, it would make sense, in my opinion, for Pickled Cabbage to try and pick up Ronan on the team. Now, Ronan so far has proved to be a bit below the others. Ronan was unranked, the only player that didn't have any type of ranking. And also, the king is sitting on a farm, which A little dangerous. So I think they could form a pretty good team. If they get Ronan involved, then they can trade down to this side. And then it could kind of play out where TomTom is then teamed all the way to Eric Bomb, and it becomes a 4v4. But I do not know if it's going to turn into that. Deadly Cookie says, TomTom, can I expect you to be my ally in this game? I mean, Deadly Cookie might just want to be teamed with Teal all the way down to TomTom. And now Gray has mostly spoken to TomTom, is going to reach out to Orange and says, so Orange, we are being good neighbors, aren't we? And TomTom says to everyone, oh boy, I shall be honest. I'm always on the edge of my seat when TomTom's about to speak. He says to everybody, dude, you can't do this. It says, I shall be honest, my heart belongs to Joe. You can't, TomTom. That is so bad diplomatically. You can't do that, dude. And Cocky Joe also has kind of been, you know, maybe people aren't going to trust him as much now. Like maybe Eric Bomb won't trust Orange as much because Orange is apparently in a love affair with TomTom. But Gray was like, definitely like, I'll be friends with you. Orange agrees. So, yeah. Now, hold on a second. So, Cocky Joe is saying, since I have Spanish, I have good trade team bonus, I think. So, team bonuses don't share in Diplo games. So, actually, the Spanish player is the only one that gets the extra trade. But, you know, you could tell someone that. They might be friends with you. Eric Baum says, hey, TomTom and Joe, I want to help Joe after what I did to him last time. So, shall we be a team? And TomTom says, splendid idea. By the way, guys, so I've been doing this, obviously been creating content for like 10 years. I've been with my fiance for, oh God, I should know this. Is it 5 years? I think, let's just say 5 years. I think we just hit our 5 years, a little over 5 years. Anyways, so we've been together for a while, and you know, she's interested, like she pays attention and she, you know, cares about my goals and all that stuff, right? But, you know, for the most part, it's like, you know, who won that tournament? How's that going? Whatever. And doesn't really ask about other things. I told her about TomTom. She has asked me more about TomTom the Wizard than she has asked me about the Viper. Right? She is always like, did TomTom play this Friday? Because she wants to hear about the next little bit or line that stupid TomTom says. Maybe stupid's not the right word, but he's just silly, you know? So she'll be very excited to hear about this one. TomTom says, wood in my corner will cut it. Yeah, that's, I guess, just because the trade. It's going to affect the trade, so. And TomTom has casted a spell on my girl. Oh, no. I'll allow it. He's funny. All right, so, you know, Red still hasn't spoken. I think it might be Ronan's first community game as well. Red is allied with people, but I haven't seen a single word from... Oh, wait. Red spoke. I'm stupid. Red said... Oh, Yellow says, Red, are you doing okay? Red said, probably lol. Not gonna lie, been a while. Okay, so, couple things. Obviously, Red responded. But Red did also say that to everybody. So, not speaking to an individual player could be an issue. It was explained briefly before in the Discord how it works. Gray didn't know, for example. And Gray has been doing it, so... Did T90 do predictions? You mean like, did I predict who's going to win this? No, we haven't gotten that far. I don't know if we've done channel point bets. I think we did do channel point bets in the Twitch chat, if that's what you're asking. Deadly Cookie trying to form a team. Trying to get an idea of how this goes. And yes, are we going to be a team, guys? And this extends all the way to red and purple. Now, Pickled Cabbage and 7Kai, they are not speaking to red. But they say yes. I think it wouldn't be the worst thing to have red along for the ride. It feels like that 4v4 could form. Eric Baum has already said to Simple Joe he wants to be friends. He feels bad. He wants TomTom, so I think naturally by extension, you probably want to go for Wally as well. We have a mass migration of eco here from TomTom. as he's going to go to the middle and try and take all this gold in the middle. I mean, why not? You should be doing it. I put it here for good reason. Your villagers are exposed, but in this type of game, people are not really being aggressive anyhow. So take as much gold as possible while you can. Dominius, thanks for the 13 months. Says, let me get rigged in next game. It's possible. Anyone watching right now live, if you stick around for the next game, this could be you. Standard Toast, thank you for the 19 with Prime. Marty, thanks for the 41. Fantastico, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I just woke up today in a good mood, you know? Just a good mood. Some good old Regicide Rumble. I'm excited. Gray says, you guys want to establish a team of 3? And Blue says, who is you guys? And Wally's like, Blue, Orange, and myself. And Cocky Joe seems interested, but he hasn't pitched that they bring in Eric Bomb. Dude, guys, Eric Bomb's got a 30 vil lead on everybody else. Farming eco's looking pretty. Making Tarkans in the castle. Tarkans destroy buildings very quickly, especially palisade walls. And, like, in the case of Red, like, that is $25 just asking to be killed. He doesn't seem too bothered to be out in the open. He's just inspecting the, you know, chatting with the workers. Wally says we should call it something like the East Treaty. That is at least what I think we are placed. Well, no, actually, I have very bad news. I have very bad news for you, Gray. You are in the West. But it's okay. I've made that mistake in front of thousands of people myself, so it's okay. We could call it maybe we can call it the Least Treaty if things don't work out. We could call it the Weast. Okay, Blue says, and this is what Blue talked about at the very start. Okay, Joe, I want a straight answer. Do you plan on backstabbing? I think he's talking about backstabbing Green, but maybe he means himself. So clearly TomTom, not really, he doesn't have a lot of trust there. Also, if you're creative enough, you could actually wall this. So obviously you see the walls coming up here from Orange. You could actually maybe build docks, 2 docks to fully block this off. And oh god, Eric Bomb is turned on Red! And Red is in the TC. And Red says green, question mark to everybody. And the Tarkans are here trying to get the kill. Now, Eric Bomb is going to look like a massive bully here. Red turns right now. And this is the same storyline. I don't know if he has to go to work again or what. But it's similar to before. Now, Yellow's saying, Red, you need to run. I don't know if Red can outrun the Tarkans, though. You know, everyone's talking about how Green is trying to kill Red. Will there be any type of support here? Eric Bomb is being a bully. But who can blame him for 25 bucks? The word is getting around. Gray is reaching out to Red right now for a chit-chat. This is not the time for a chit-chat. And honestly, can Red survive this? If Red survives this, it could be very similar to the story of Cocky Joe. I mean, Tarkans are just so good against TC fire. Oh, this is horrible for Red. Obviously, there's no military prepared. Red was just not set up for this. This is the highest ranked player in the lobby getting a kill on the unranked player in the lobby. And Red probably feeling pretty bad about the situation. But guys, I think the king dies. There's no support. There's no help on the way. People might care, but like, this is just going to happen. And Eric is like, you put money on the line for a king snipe. Obviously, I'm going to go get that king. And that king is going to die right here. And Ronan, I think, tried to say rip and said trip. Maybe he's wishing a trip on Eric. Maybe he'll trip as when he takes a walk later. But he says a trip and then rit and then he's dead. He's dead. So, easy money for Eric Bomb. Brutal for poor Ronan. But that starts it all off. Gray's like, yo, what the hell just happened? People are trying to figure out what just went down, but that was very clearly Eric Bomb. And so I think people should be concerned about Eric Bomb. Now, listen, I'm going to remind you how Regicide Rumble's formatted. If you win, you go into the finals game with all the other winners, so the 4 community games and the 4 pro games. But if you end up losing, we have the best king snipers go to a king snipers game. Basically, the players that are not trustworthy, the players who go for the cash, the players who go for the blood, right? Eric Bomb's in a good position here to get another game here. If he keeps this up. And look at this. Look at this. He's trying to throw people off the scent. So yellow says green killed red. Eric Bomb question marks it and says it was purple. And now purple says, no, it was green. So Eric Bomb, he doesn't want people to think he's a bully. And again, we'll see how things go. I think TomTom really wants to attack Eric. And Joe says, if you plan to attack him, I won't interfere. And TomTom says, what if he attacks me? And Joe says, then Gondor will answer. Now, Joe said that exact thing 3 years ago in that upload I've talked about a million times now. That is the correct answer. I will do the following. Okay, TomTom. TomTom, don't do this, you crazy, chaotic person. He says, I will give you my king. No, it's $25. Don't give him 25 bucks. Don't give him all the power. Deadly Cookie says, TomTom, I respect you, and I don't know what he tried to say, but it bleeped it. But I feel necessary to inform you and everyone else of Orange turtling. Orange is turtling a lot, but Orange's score is pretty low, so I don't think Orange is necessarily a danger right now. TomTom says, if you ever want 25 bucks, you can take my king, and it guarantees that I fight for you. What do you think? I don't even know if Orange is here. Orange says, what happened to red? People are just now realizing what happened to red. Look at green right now. Green is 171 economy. He's probably going to continue with Tarkins for the most part this game. Elite Tarkins, again, so good against buildings. Faster than kings. Again, remember, this is lower ranked than some of the other games, so it's hard to keep track of chat and everything. I do love, it's very satisfying to see how the trade route runs between the stone walls here. 10 out of 10. And Gray says to everybody he got killed by silly green. So, I think everyone's informed now that green did that. Could be wrong. Yellow also walked all the way over here just to take the gold from red. I mean, when there's gold in the middle as well, feels kind of bad, but it's smart to take that gold if red's not going to take it. And Tarkin's coming from Eric Bomb, who said he felt bad, and I don't think that Cocky Joe trusts him. He says, I knew it. And Eric Bomb says, I wasn't going for you. This is where we drop a little just passing. So Cocky Joe allies him. But Cocky Joe, I thought, had other allies here. And Cocky Joe allies him again, but then says, And Gray, you just called green dirty. You just said that green is a problem. And now green is in your base. And now green is going to attack you. But the king is on the run. The king is on the run. And the gate is very important here. The gate will actually block the Tarkins temporarily. Gray could maybe survive if he gets to a building. Gray needs support now. Gray needs support now. Eric Bomb wants to be in that sniper's game. Into the castle he goes. TomTom's gonna... Garrison! Garrison! Gray! Garrison! Oh my god. Okay, TomTom's gonna lend a hand. Gray's got halbs here as well, but these are Tarkins, guys. I think Gray needs to run to the castle on the right now. I don't think you can wait. You do have army here. This is gonna be really close. There goes the king. Gray is going to survive. TomTom screaming, take green. The high elo bully. And Wally holding on. Organ guns and halbs should be pretty good against the Tarkins in time. And Eric Bomb can't believe he missed it. And just researches treason to find out where that king is. Knows it's in that castle there. But that is a lot of pointy boys here from Gray. You could tell he's panicking because his rally point isn't set perfectly, but he'll be fine. He'll survive this. Eric Bomb says to TomTom, which is just such a mistake. I'm going to actually pause for a second because I need to just really nail this point home. He says, Blue, you numbnut. I need to clear the field so we can win. Okay. Calling someone numbnuts? That is not a great way to form alliances here, Eric Baum. Especially when everyone's calling you a bully. That has some high bully energy. And TomTom says, low elo legends, rise up. And Orange says, see you on the battlefield. Now, I don't know. Is Orange talking about seeing Blue on the battlefield? It'd be a little bit more worrisome, I think, for Orange. And Eric says, I want to clear field so you can win, Joe. How do you think you win if I don't kill other players? Well, Eric, you're in trouble, bro. Listen, I love the fact that you've made it into this game with Orange. I love it. But barking that in front of everybody, you can only be like this for so long before everybody turns on you. And the other people, right? Purple, teal, and yellow, they had already been talking about how you're a problem. They just haven't fought you yet because you haven't attacked them. So I think it's pretty much going to be everybody versus Eric Baum. And yeah, you know, like, unfortunately, they weren't able to save red, but... Guys, the biggest problem here, though, for Eric is just the fact he didn't kill Gray. If he actually killed Gray there, this is actually very doable for him because he's the stronger player. But missing out on Gray hurts him tremendously. Gots are a big problem for the Huns. So it feels like at least in the West or the West, you know, depending on who you're listening to describe, it's all going to be focused down on Eric Baum. We've got elite organ guns from TomTom. We've got Halbs. And I don't think the organs on their own are enough. But this is very good for the Northern squad. They don't have to partake in any of these shenanigans. Let's check Eric's stockpiles. So Eric has a lot of gold. My worry for Eric would be his trade route, though. He is trading towards TomTom. So he is now fighting up against the people he's trading with, which basically means his trade is going to go down. I mean, eventually. It's like slowly getting picked off. And Eric says, you Uggies done throwing. I think he meant to say guys. I don't think that's great Diplo. I think, okay, guys, I see your point. Maybe we should work together now. That's like, maybe that's too caster of me. But I feel like saying they're throwing is not going to help people want to work with you, you know? The Cav Archers killing the others trade as well, which is a pretty big deal. And Gray... Oh, man, hold on. Gray is still sending in the Halbs, but now Deadly Cookie is here, and now 7K is here, and now Pickled Cabbage is here. Literally everybody is on Eric Baum. No one has any mercy planned for this individual here. You call somebody numbnuts, you get your nuts... yeah, I'm not going to finish that sentence, but you can kind of see where I'm going. Everyone's up against Eric right now. Eric played a great heal, right? A great heal in this game. The storyline as well of how, you know, he had previously attacked Cocky Joe was very interesting coming into this. Now, who's going to get the $25? Eric Baum's going to have $25. Because he sniped red. But eventually, it feels like green is going to lose this king. Green's got a high army count, but everybody is fighting here up against him. This would be the time maybe for some distractions, maybe some side plays. I'm not seeing any funny business there from Deadly Cookie or Purple. Everyone seems just focused in on focusing off Eric Baum. And I think this is going to unite the teams. It's going to be probably like a 3v3 almost. TomTom, Wally, and Simple Joe, they are going to be very fond of each other. As are the three in the north who have worked together to clear out Eric Baum. Again, $25 per king snipe. But this is so much better for the Northern squad. I also think the Northern squad are just better players from what I've seen. So their trade route has been unhindered. And they also are working together. Green says, so funny story. I might actually be at work and needed to die again ASAP. Really? I mean, he is from the US. This is the same time as the other game. But he didn't say it at the start. So this might just be to save face. I'm not sure. We'll see what Eric Baum says after the game. But he certainly came out here like he wanted to end some lives quick. That seems like the I didn't even care about this game anyways type of comment that someone might drop. Okay, so this is $25 on the line. Who gets it? Who gets it? Purple gets it. And so 7 Kai gets the kill. Eric Baum says, also, you guys are so weird turning on a teammate in a war game for wanting to kill non-teammates. I mean, from my perspective, Eric Baum was the one who turned. You kill red, you take the easy money, and I think you face the consequences here. It couldn't get his last word, and they didn't see that, but we saw it, and Eric Baum just got stabbed in the bag. As Cocky Joe once said, got stabbed in the bag. Good old bag stab. All right. Eric Baum in chat says, haha, I am afraid. I am in fact at work. Got it. Well, you're going to have a very productive day then, because this game was not very long for you, Eric Baum. Well played to you. $25. I really appreciated the personality you brought to this one, because it set up a really nice game. If Gray would have been killed off, would have changed so much. And Tom turning on yellow now and not actually coordinating a snipe on yellow. Yellow's king is in the TC right now, but just turning and says, yellow, that's a warning. Oh, God. I guess because yellow has built up this castle and this castle. Tom with some fighting words. Guys, I don't think that was very smart. Gray says, blue, you turned on yellow. Yellow now says, the wizard is attacking me. Teal says, what is blue's issue? And Tom, kind of similar to Eric. I think maybe not making the moves immediately. I think you can ask yellow, what is that castle? I think if you start to fight, it might begin a war. Says, I will stop if you delete foundations of castle. Or, you know, you could just continue to attack the foundations and then they all just attack you. Gray is interesting here. Gray says, yellow, that's not kind. Don't you saw what happened with silly green? Yeah, I don't think Deadly Cookie wants Tom to stop. I think Deadly Cookie's going to be ready for this. And also, Teal immediately and Purple immediately are backing their boy here. So I think if you do that, if you're Tom, you need to make sure your teammates are ready for full-on conflict. And now he says, Joe, you got me. I mean, if I'm Joe, I'm like, maybe run it by me before you get us into a whole war. Sorry, Blue, I didn't read a minute what happened. Keep in mind, these guys, they don't have the trade route set up that the Northern squad has either. So look at the stockpiles. Yeah, this is incredible. The players at the top in an amazing position here with their gold stockpiles right now. All right, let's see what happens. It does feel like a 3v3, though, right? It feels like Gray is going to stick with the team, and Orange is going to stick with the team as well. Now, Eric is probably thinking, imagine if you had me. But I'm not sure if they could have fully trusted Eric, honestly, because Eric was attacking this side. Eric was not moving over to purple, not moving over to teal. Here we go. Tom didn't want a castle next to his base. So instead, he gets 60 war wagons, 30 hussars, and 30 conics. So that's what he's traded here. Grace is on my way. Freaking out. On my way. Why didn't you say something, Blue? Blue did say something. Orange says it's treason then. Orange now going to join in, so they're all going to back their wizard, back their boy. Goths could be interesting here. Goths could be really interesting, really tough civilization to stop. I think Byzantines could have an answer to that, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be any surprises here. Now, TomTom's king is in the corner. That's one of the best things he's done. That's really smart. And he's also mixed in Navy. So I really like the Navy approach from TomTom. They may actually be able to hold this. Look at all this Goth army. Huskarl Halba's amazing against wagons. Purple was a little late to turning there, and you're starting to see those wagons all go down. Cocky Joe is here. Are they going to hold right now, guys? Cocky Joe's got 50 conks. Cocky Joe's got Trebs as well. This is crazy. Purple says Gray's defending blue. Absolutely. Might take them a second to realize. Gray's king, I don't know where this king was. I guess it was in the middle. And Gray's kings needs to leave. Now, these players here, they need to trade. They need to be adding trade all the time. Gray is slowly doing so, but that's really hard to do in the middle of a battle. If they're not trading, it's a problem. You could tell TomTom. Remember, like, a lot of these players are 1,000 elo, right? So you're going to forget some stuff. TomTom's got a lot of army down here he's forgotten about because of the stress of the moment. And Orange also turning on Teal. Gray has made some really nice progress. Wall-E is actually playing incredible right now. Gray is the only one on the team re-adding trade and also simultaneously fighting really well. So Orange says, really, the two top players bullying us bottom, guys. Yeah, because it's, I think it's Pickled Cabbage, and I think it's Deadly Cookie as the players who are the strongest from the remaining. The Deadly Cookie is also played in a lot of community games over the years. It's possible things could change if someone goes down, but right now, it feels like 3v3 is the most natural thing. There was no incentive for the Northern team to turn on one another when their trade is going to be exposed, right? You turn on anyone here, all the trade dies for both. It doesn't make any sense. TomTom says, we got this. And Cocky Joe's going to reach out to Purple to try and convince Purple to do something. That'll be interesting. Wait. Oh, Purple and Orange are still allied. I don't know. Did Purple even realize that? Cocky Joe says, we too don't have to fight. Let's not let them drag us against each other, okay? Well, that's going to be really hard to sell. After a while, I think people are going to realize you're not fighting. But that's an interesting little side plot. See, TomTom, he researched treason a couple times. He wants king snipes. He's making a base here. And Cocky Joe says, I fight yellow and teal, but I want to be friends with you. We can build epic trade later on the right side. Purple says, I'm just going after blue because he attacked yellow. How long until TomTom says, yo, Cocky Joe, I cast Be a Good Ally spell, bro. What are you doing? Like, at what point does this get realized? On either side, too. Like, yellow may realize that purple isn't attacking the conks. But I guess they're all preoccupied with gray. Gray is actually playing like a beast. If only Gray was just still adding a little bit more trade, I would really think he could be super dangerous. He's basically been fighting 1v2 here in the middle. Against Bulgarians and against Byzantines. And against Koreans. He's fighting 1v3 here in the middle. So, yeah, TomTom's still struggling. Now, TomTom is apparently going to try some funny business. TomTom has still forgotten about all of this army, which is such a shame. Just hasn't realized in the moment. That army's been sitting there. Idle army hotkey could be helpful. Maybe he's saving it for later. But I'm still very curious to see how things go now with orange and purple. The fact they're not fighting each other is not something I expected. TomTom is struggling. He's desperate. His stockpiles are basically at 0 right now. TomTom needs something to happen. He's trying to raid, but this has been spotted. TomTom is going to die. The wizard is absolutely going to die. Which, if Cocky Joe realizes that, maybe he feels like it's best to still have another ally planned. And that is purple here. Dude, Cocky Joe's playing great. He says, do you agree that teal and yellow are the strongest? He's trying to eventually pitch a backstab on his teammates. Purple says yes. And he says, if our side dies, next they will turn on you. It's simple game theory. That was a little condescending. It's just simple game theory. But I think purple agrees. Cocky Joe says, maybe you want to join our side. Listen, I mean, I like what you're doing here, Cocky Joe, but for all this talk about a side, you're not helping TomTom. So your deal with purple's smart, I think, if you want it to be you and purple against the other two. But, like, you're forgetting about gray and you're forgetting about TomTom right now. Gray says, publicly, orange, could you start attack purple, please? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he's been called out. He's been called out. Okay. That could be a problem. And he says, guys, I can be peace negotiator. I'm about to make purple switch sides. TomTom says okay, and Gray says yep. Now that comment, as TomTom allies purple, before purple's done anything, that comment now makes Deadly Cookie suspicious. And he says, purple, you and orange are allied, question mark. So now purple's going to be questioned. This is, guys, all the teams are going to fall apart here. This is going to be sick. I think purple's going to be screwed. I think his good team in teal and yellow are not going to trust him now. Purple can't keep up. He says, I don't want to be number 4 in an alliance. Maybe once blue is dead. I guess that's fair. He doesn't want to be like the new kid on the block. Purple, what do you think? I know it's not gentleman-like, but yellow and teal are too strong for you. You have to admit. Watch this. Guys, this is so sick. Deadly Cookie says, Gray, truce until orange and purple start fighting each other. And now TomTom is back attacking purple because purple never allied him. Cocky Joe's chat to purple and his little alliance there with purple has just made this whole game turn into a giant mess compared to what I thought it was going to be. And I'm here for it. Also, purple's going to get cleared up here. Like, Goths are just so sick against War Wagons. Teal, though, is still making some progress against TomTom, so support is needed there. Gray did not respond, by the way. It would be very weird if gray and yellow had a truce and, like, orange and purple had a truce, but then blue and purple didn't. Like, TomTom's getting out of here, by the way. He says, turn now. I will send my king to your corner. So TomTom is saying this to purple. He's trying to get purple to ally so badly that he is offering his king as sacrifice. His king is currently in that town center, which is where Gray's king is too. Guys, do you feel like purple's kind of sitting there like, what did I do to deserve all this attention? Like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, purple's played a great game. But just kind of the fact that Simple Joe just, like, you know, spoke to him. This whole thing has just kind of fell into his lap. Teammates don't trust him. People on the other side want to be friends with him. I don't actually, if you were to ask purple, I think the reason he didn't attack orange initially is just because he forgot. I could be wrong. There goes TomTom, by the way. So he's still on the run. And he's currently headed toward the corner he talked about. And purple's attacking him there. So he's not going to send his king. Which was the original idea. Orange is still defending TomTom. I want to pull up the big thing of stockpiles again. Deadly Cookie and 7K are in the best spot. Pickled Cabbage, again, after that, just because of the trade route, also a really good spot. But I think this is going to settle a little bit. Things seem to have settled down. Gray has to go back to chatting to individual people. You can't do this, but says, Orange, I feel kind of weird about you. You can't be doing that. But obviously in the moment, easy to forget. I get why Gray feels kind of weird about Orange, though, because Orange wasn't fighting Purple this whole time, and Purple is an enemy. So they're just trying to convince somebody else. TomTom says to Gray, Joe did not fully commit against Purple. You deserve my crown. So TomTom is switching loyalty. Is he about to give Gray the kill? Tom. Don't give him the crown. Fight on. And purple says he hasn't turned on me, so I figured I'd leave him for now. He says K. They're talking about wonders. I think he wants to go wonder, so he's just being passive. Ooh, that's actually a fair guess that Cocky Joe might want to go for a wonder with all these walls. Gray has been insane this game. Gray has been really good. Tom, I think, needs to continue to try and fight and ask for resources if nothing else. But that's going to be tough. Like, getting rebooming is really difficult when you're being attacked all the time. But Gray can hold for them. Gray can hold this. Gray is a beast. Tom's king wasn't killed by Gray. Like, Tom really uncertain on how life is going to go from here. Like, has had all these ideas. None of them seem to be a thought of victory. Yellow struggling to deal with the Goth spam. Siege Onagers, of course, good addition, but should be very possible for Gray to snipe those Siege Onagers. And Yellow, sorry, maybe a little distracted because Yellow's trying to push here as well. Wow. Cocky Joe sends resources to both Gray and Blue here. Also paid a lot of tax. Oh, man, don't you know there's tax evasion in this game? Get banking. And now Tom, he turns on Teal, who I guess he wasn't turned on before, so that's actually not that big a deal. That was just a mistake, I guess. And Yellow diving in here. And they're still trying to break Tom. Tom's king is no longer here, though. Tom's king is over here in Orange's castle. And Gray says, Orange, could you help Blue in the north? Well, Orange can help as long as Orange isn't up against Purple, and Purple isn't here anymore. So Orange can absolutely help. Normal towers do not take up population space. It's only Bombard towers that do, so players can make as many regular towers as they want. It's Bombard towers that are, like, really hard to push. I mean, so are regular towers at a certain point, but... Gray, uninterested in quitting on this team, and has made some real progress in the middle. Guys, Wally's been insane. Wally hasn't killed a king yet. In fact, only one person has. Eric Bomb's the only one that's cashed, but this has been a tremendous fight. I really thought this was going to be like a 3v3 and that the northern team would win easily. I didn't think it would be close. And Tom says, don't trickle die, which I don't know if he meant to say don't trickle Treb, but same difference, I guess. And now Cocky Joe again sending resources to Tom. He's trying to support Tom. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, 2 people sniped. Sorry, 2 people sniped, yeah. So it was Eric Bomb who sniped red, and then it was Purple who ended up sniping green. 6 people left. I don't think Yellow can completely win this position. Tom's got enough organs now. There's some support from Gray. It actually really helped Tom that... Well, there's Siege Onagers. I take it back. But it really helped Tom that he eventually found that army on the other side and lost it. So he has population now. Oh, he's going for heavy demo out of the docks. That could be sick. I'm not seeing any movements for kings right now. All kings seem to be safe. You do have a Yellow with an army close to this castle, though. That's mainly a raiding army. That's going to hit trade. That's going to hit all of Orange's eco. That's a big problem for Orange. Orange is just kind of camping here. Gray going at it against the Korean war wagons. Again, a mix of Huskarl and Halb is probably what you want here as the Goths. It'll get the job done eventually. Tom's heavy demos helping on the shoreline here as well. But I think Orange has to get the army here to deal with this. Yellow's just turned this into a raiding game. This castle as well going to be really valuable if it goes up. And that's in their trade. This castle cannot go up. The southern team still just doesn't have trade to compete with the northern team. Gray clears up the wagons. Gray's crazy, dude. Wally is an absolute monster. Picking Goths was a really good choice, too, in hindsight. Because their units are really cheap. There goes TomTom. Went a little overkill with the demos, but did add a cannon galleon. That could be something. And Gray just going to clear up even more wagons. Purple needs... I don't even know what to suggest. Hand cannons, maybe? But not war wagons. The communication hasn't been there. I'm going to assume that no one has really realized. Okay, it looks like Gray has now realized. Of course Gray has. But this activity down here in the south needs to be dealt with. We had Treason just researched from Deadly Cookie, so he'll find out the locations for the other 3. But he's starting to lose grounds here. And, you know, if TomTom can get these cannon galleons around, these cannon galleons are going to mop up all these buildings, and then Yellow's king isn't too far off. So some crazy things could happen there. Man, if this castle goes up, though, rip to the trade. I want to check stockpiles again. Here's the stockpiles. So it's actually kind of low for everybody, but yeah, just keep looking at the amount on gold, which is great for Deadly Cookie, Pickled Cabbage, and 7. And oh my god. Oh my god. Wally is going to make a move. Does Purple realize this? Does Purple Oh, Purple did. Purple got a wall down. Okay, so at least Purple knows the king is in the TC, guys. This would be an epic play from Wally. Forget about the 25 bucks. This would just be unprecedented. And unfortunately for him, I think there's just too many towers from Purple, too many castles. And even though Huskarls are good against Aerofire, Purple reacts, Purple stays alive. And what was a really stressful moment. Now, this corner is going to be cleared up again. But oh my god, we've got a play from Pickled Cabbage. Pickled Cabbage making a play on Wally. Wally wanted to snipe. Wally never had his king in a castle. And Wally, for the second time this game, is going to be on the run. And I don't think he knows. I do not think he knows he will die here. Wally, the top score, gets picked off by Pickled Cabbage. And that's $25 for Pickled Cabbage. And that is horrible for TomTom. And horrible for Simple Joe. Wally was the heart of this team. Wally devastated. He just screams, no! And some easy money there for Pickled Cabbage. I mean, it wasn't really that hard. You spend however much gold on Treason, 400 gold, and then you see it's in a TC and you make a run for it. And now, Cocky Joe and TomTom, they, I think, should recognize they can't do this alone. And they have to make some plans. Big demo hits, though. Big demo hits could be satisfying. There we go. TomTom casting the demos. And TomTom says, I just didn't want a castle nest to my walls. So this whole fight started because TomTom didn't want a castle. But he attacked, and he said, this is a warning. It was very strong words. Maybe that's normal for a wizard. But the others didn't like it very much. And now we have to see what happens. Like, I think TomTom and Simple Joe need to start speaking to others right now. Or Deadly Cookie, who's realizing maybe his teammates could be a threat. He says, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. He's willing to work with TomTom.
Yes.
And TomTom publicly says, really? Dude, do you imagine if TomTom's like, oh, Yellow, thank you so much. Actually, TomTom just allies everybody? That's a strat. And now Joe says this message goes to Blue and Purple. Peace and alliance, question mark. I don't think Purple wants any of this. Purple's like, now that the Goths are gone, I'm living the dream. Purple, you have to see this. Yellow and Teal will turn on you. Oh, it's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. Deadly Cookie actually tells his team, me and TomTom have agreed to a truce. That's interesting. They gonna mass you? We gotta turn perp. I have allied all, says TomTom. Yeah, it feels like the natural person to go to would be Orange. He's stronger than TomTom.
Yes.
He's been very vocal. And Purple does not have any interest in working with Orange, it seems, despite all of his efforts. Deadly Cookie says, I'm sick of seeing conquistadors. Tom says, all I want is the head of Gray's killer. Oh, yo, that's pretty fun. My poor Lel brother will not have died in vain. Well, the head would be Teal. Teal is seemingly prepared for whatever could come. Teal is Byzantines. And you don't want to start something with Byzantines right now. Purple attacks orange for the first time. And Cocky Joe says, I guess we're dead because purple declared war. Purple was their only way out. They thought they needed purple. They're not going to get purple. And again, it doesn't make sense for purple. Teal says, it's my first community game. And says first kill. So Teal does admit to it, but I think people would have known anyways. Blue says, I will put my king in your castle. People are going to get you. I'm not strong enough. And it's honestly, it feels like orange and blue are about to kiss and then kill each other right now. Like, this is... There might be some ceremony here. I never thought I'd die fighting side by side with a sanctioned wizard. And Purple says, I've always been a fan. Like, it definitely feels like these two have lost hope after Purple turned on them. Now, they could trade each other's kings. And then they'd both get $25. That might be the best way to do it. Apparently, according to our base, he's saying pickled cabbage played before. I don't know. Is there another pickled cabbage? I'm going to take their word for it. But here's the king for Tom. So Tom, it's funny. He's not losing his base anymore, but he still brings his king over here. And I think he doesn't have the fight in him anymore. He says, I cannot stop him, Joe. You have my king. I'll distract them with wonder. Buy some time to get a sniper too. It has been a pleasure. Okay, now that's different. This is actually going to spice things up. If Tom can actually build a wonder. Purple pushing alone right now. Yellow, I guess, defending from another play from orange, which I might have missed some of. But there wasn't a whole lot of progress. And just to check stockpiles, like... It's not crazy for anyone. It's actually crazier for Cocky Joe than anyone else, at least with gold. But I think yellow, teal, and purple still the three favorites, of course. Orange did not respond. Tom says, are you ready, Orange? Say the word, and then I build it. Ooh. Tom says, I cast... Here's an distraction. But he says distraction only to Orange. I was going to say, you can't say distraction publicly. So he just says, I cast. Everyone else sees the wonder. And now, like, usually, because Tom could win the game if this wonder completes. Usually everyone should turn on him. And he actually immediately turns on everyone. So there's the wonder, but then also the fact that he declares war on people. Most people should focus on Tom now. And this is the opportunity for Orange to research treason and go for a king snipe. Pickle Cabbage says, perp just to you. They might realize how good this game is going for them right now and how this game will go. But Tom says, I put all my faith in you to avenge Gray. I mean, no pressure here, bro. No pressure. Teal is looking down from heaven, just happy someone still remembers him. Oh, God! Oh, God! The wonder's not even gonna go up! Oh, some distraction. Oh, God. That didn't take very long. Oh, no. The wonder denied. Oh, yikes. Orange, you better move fast, dude. He says, move out now, Orange. Oh. What'd you buy him, 10 seconds? The Deadly Cookie says the spirit was there. I hope, did he lose that wonder too? Oh, God, he lost it. He just lost 3,000 resources. And Tom says, but the skill was not. Well, Orange was not prepared. Like, Orange still doesn't have the siege ready. Like, That just wasn't it. Teal says, and this is important, you want to kill orange, and purple says, oh, it's not that important. This has been trying to need to take up Blue's Wonder at some point. And then Deadly Cookie says, you mean like I just did, purple? Yeah, so actually, hold on. Was Teal... So Teal's message to prompt purple's message was not going to yellow. So I think yellow might be suspicious that they're talking without him involved. TomTom sends whatever resources are left, whatever crumbs are left after that, to orange, and says, enemy orange, take your reward. I mean, maybe you wait a little bit longer if you're orange. That might be rude to TomTom, but you might want to wait, like, until the last second. Because the second TomTom is dead, they're going to come focus on you. They're going to focus on you anyways, but, like, it might be a little less obvious. Yellow's king is in this castle. I'm going to start to check to see. Like, Teal's got... Guys, Teal's got petards and cataphracts. Teal's going to make a play on somebody. And purple, no sign of trebs or petards or anything. TomTom is getting annoyed. He says, take it, kill me, finish me. But purple is going to try... Orange is going to try and make a play. Orange says, where is it? He doesn't know. There's nothing on the minimap in-game, by the way. This is just a capture age thing, which is kind of annoying. There it is. And the king is killed. Okay, so TomTom's dead. The wizard is dead. Orange gets the kill. That's $25. Cocky Joe says it was an honor. I think that's fair. So we've had one snipe from... Yeah, we've had 4 separate snipes, each from a different player this game. And now orange is asking purple for peace. I don't think there's any incentive for purple to actually take this deal. Yellow says, oh, this is a quote. His love was earnest yet blind. That is a quote. Did you Google that before the game? There's no way you just thought of that. There's no way. No one who names themselves Deadly Cookie comes up with that on the fly. No offense. Oh, is it from WALL-E? I never saw the movie.
Yes.
I never saw the movie. I've heard it's good. Okay. Well, that could maybe be the title. I don't know. Orange is going to be attacked. And Orange has lost the trebs immediately and will not be able to kill yellow. Orange is going to die. And Cocky Joe tries again. He says, you have to see what's coming. Teal says, what's the plan after yellow? Like, what happens after we kill orange? And you know, I think if you're purple and teal, you could still 2v1 yellow if you think yellow's the problem. So you don't need orange. I do appreciate the fact that Cocky Joe continues to try, though. Because that's his only way at this point, is to just try and convince. But maybe try and convince somebody else at this point. After orange, what's the plan? Forgot the comma. Ooh, yellow, I think, thought... Oh, hold on a second. Class, this is a lesson on the importance of commas, okay? If you say... If you are in a diplomacy game with money on the line, and you say... Shoot, I'm ruining this. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't do my homework. Where's the message? Okay. If you say, what's the plan after yellow with no comma, that implies what's the plan after we kill yellow? Yellow, very confused by that, obviously, and is like, huh? And now doesn't trust Teal. And then Teal says, forgot the comma. Now, if you said, what's the plan after comma yellow? Then yellow realizes, oh, what's the plan after our current task? Yes, it is the, if you say, let's eat grandma with no comma, that means you're going to eat your grandmother for dinner. If you say, let's eat, comma, grandma, then that is just simply saying, maybe we should go eat dinner. Okay. So, grammar not so good there. I'm starting to see petards out and about for yellow. That's interesting. And, dude, Cocky Joe, at a certain point, you got to switch targets with your chat here. He continued, like, Purple has killed him 100 times over, and Purple has said no, and Cocky Joe just continues to try and convince Purple. I think you would need to try... It's simple game theory, Joe, that you try and talk to somebody else now, if anybody. It's just simple game theory. We'll see who gets this kill. Castle could go down here for Simple Joe. I like how I alternate between calling him Simple and Cocky. And Purple says, sorry, Orange, it's just business. It's just business. Who is going to get the kill, though? Purple's here with one wagon. You've got Teal and you've got Yellow. And Orange says, I hope at least you get the kill. I don't think the kill's going to happen yet. I think the conks will hold. Yeah, this is good business. Guys, I'm still wondering, like, the other players, they want to get the snipes. They want to be the winner here. Remember, first place moves into the finals, and, like, they're winning the finals would be crazy. You're up against pros, of course, but, like, I think the main motivator for people is probably just to play in these types of games, but the money factor is pretty big too. I think Cocky Joe, inspired by TomTom's antics, will possibly send his king to Purple's base. But like Purple, Teal, and Yellow might be thinking about how they're going to deal with one another. And that's kind of what Teal was asking about when he said, what's the plan after Yellow? Only there was no pause. There was no comma. Guys, I've been so focused on this game. I hope you guys have been as well. I want to say thank you to a couple people here, okay? Wayne Dinchester, thanks for the year. He's going to be playing in a pro game later on. Not today, sorry. I think it's tomorrow's games. Thank you. Thank you, Azuerve, Podrick, Beast Sugars, Dingy Lingy, Yasha, and Dobsta for the 2 years. Holy crap. Thank you for all the primes, resubs. Support's been awesome. Okay, Orange's King died to Purple right here. Literally as this is why I can't look away. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize he was doing it right now. Orange very quickly just sent himself over to Purple here and gave Purple the kill. So that's Purple up to $50 now. Easy money. And we get down to the final 3. We also had a donut from Ragnar the Teuton. This is donating to those who chat all in community games. Thank you for the $69. We've actually covered costs already of Regicide Rumble. Everyone's just been flying in with so much support, so thank you. Means a lot. Shout out to those watching here on Twitch. Of course, watching. We're live on YouTube today as well. To everyone who's watching later on in video form, I hope you've enjoyed as well. But this one, it's going to come down to the final 3, and here's the situation. So they are the only 3 that have really had active trade. But only 2 of them, only Teal and Purple, have over 5k gold. So attacking each other right now could be a real issue because they're going to lose that trade, especially if you're Yellow. This is funny. Deadly Cookie says food solidarity, and Pickled Cabbage says I do like cookies. I didn't think about the fact that they would have like a food team. Purple now goes to Teal and says we go Yellow now. This is as Yellow's now saying he likes cabbage. So yeah, there's 3 people left. It's probably going to be a 2v1. Who's going to be the 1? And who's going to be the 2? I have to say Pickled Cabbage and cookies, not a good combination. I would not want that on the same plate or even in the same room. But Yellow's like, we have both have cav sieves, just so much in common. And there we go. Purple turns on Yellow. Now, Purple turning on Yellow does not mean that Teal is going to turn on Yellow. And Teal never saw the chat or responded to Purple. And Teal now says to Purple, let me get my army back first. So I think if Purple didn't turn right now, Teal could be a bit sneakier here. But Teal is going to be called out one way or another for not picking sides. Purple says he's attacking me. Now, technically, Purple, you attacked him first, but yeah. At least that's what I saw. Did I get that right? Yes. Purple did start this. I think a little bit more coordination with Teal would have been better for them. But still, this is just devastating. This is actually incredible for Teal. The longer Teal can hold out, not losing trade, the better. So, you know, maybe just be like, I'll be there in a second. I'll be there soon. Sorry, missed click. Because I don't think purple and yellow, they're in the middle of war. I don't think they're going to just suddenly ally against Teal now. So. Okay. Here we go. Teal still hasn't made a move. I think Teal wanted to be sneaky with the petards and is trying to think about what to do. There's 8 petards in there. Okay, right now, if I were purple, though, I'd be like, yo, where's the help? And Teal now turns on yellow. Teal now turns on yellow right now and says sorry. Okay, I thought there was going to be more drama than that. I was really there was such a buildup. I thought it was going to be like, boom, dramatic, you know. But yellow just says, I understand. They're so agreeable. What? There's no drama anymore. The wizard is dead. Cocky Joe is dead, and they just kind of there's no antics anymore. Well, they're all top 3, so and they've all sniped a king. Oh wait, no, yellow hasn't sniped a king. Okay, well they're all still getting paid, but there is that. They've all been great allies for each other. Purple was kind of teetering on the other side. It felt like purple was maybe not as supportive because purple wasn't always fighting against orange, but in the end, it all worked out. But I think Deadly Cookie's in trouble here because Deadly Cookie had less gold than everybody else, and now Deadly Cookie is on his own here. No one to team with. There was a point where he said he was willing to forgive TomTom, but then TomTom built the Wonder, and then, well, soon after TomTom was dead, of course, so... The positive I'll say for Deadly Cookie is his Hussars do attack really fast with Bulgarians, so, you know, maybe the Hussars could do something, but against Byzantines and Koreans, man, like, against mass wagons, against mass cataphracts, halbs, there's no chance. He would have to snipe a king, and he would have to do it fast. TomTom the Devious donated $25 and says straight to Cocky Joe's bank account. TomTom not only gifted the king in this game, TomTom has now donated the 25 that will go directly to Cocky Joe. All right. Well, thank you, TomTom. TomTom really respects his teammates, both in the game and out of the game. Purple says, good job on making it to the final 3, guys. Yeah, they should be very happy with that. Deadly Cookie says, haven't done that since my first Kami game, and that was a long time ago for Deadly Cookie. So they're all pretty proud. And Deadly Cookie says, so who wants 25 bucks? Oh, I would make them perform. A little, like, a little dance, a little song, a little poem. I don't know. This king is a big deal here. And also, what else is a big deal? Purple and teal, they need to be thinking about how they're going to approach the other players' castles. I think teal's got way better fortifications with the castles right now. Purple doesn't say anything. Teal says, I'm Canadian. That's like $40 here. Oh, you make a fair argument. That's funny. Well, I don't know where Purple's from. We'll have to compare currencies here in a second. Down goes the castle. I mean, yellow's still kind of fighting. Yellow has the little fight over here. Still trying to make a push. Well, teal's going to clear it up, though. Teal definitely has the answer for this. And purple has the answer for this. So, yeah, yellow's just dead. Yellow's dead, and yellow needs to make a decision. I don't think purple saw the chat from yellow, by the way, which is understandable. There's a lot of stuff happening. And that's all Deadly Cookie needed, and he just says, convinced. Okay. I love how, like, to the point the Northern 3 have been with their Diplo. Like, they haven't done anything fancy. None of their stuff's going to be YouTube titles. Well, actually, Yellow's might be. But he's like, you know what? You Canadians, you guys are really struggling up there with your great healthcare. Let me give you that king kill. And purple says you can give to teal. Again, so agreeable, and that's exactly what happens. And now we're going to have a 1v1. Deadly Cookie out of the game, deserves our salutes. More kills than anybody this game. And purple is going to drop a wonder with 3 villagers. Why is this like the second time in Regicide Rumble 5 we are seeing a wonder built with less than 10 villagers? What are we doing, people? What are we doing? What are you expecting that to do? That's going to take till tomorrow to complete. And then you have to defend it. I guess there's more villagers on the way now. And Teal says, GG, bud. Well, not yet so far. Okay, so he's not happy. Here come the petards. Oh, my God. There was Teal's master plan for the petards, right to their death. And purple says, good team from the start. I mean, I want to check stockpiles again, because they're not going to have any trade. Guys, pickled cabbage only has 500 gold. Now, you can tell pickled cabbage is selling wood right now to get more gold. But pickled cabbage doesn't have gold income. And Korean war wagons and arbalest, that combo is really good against, like, paladins that don't have bloodlines. And, you know, camels and things. So, oh, and now Teal's going to build a wonder. Where are the villagers? Bring the villagers. Oh, wait. Okay, purple's got more vills here now. Okay, so purple's got 16 vills. It's at 17%. There's more on the way, so it's going to be more. I think purple's will go up first. Now, quick, can someone tell me, do both of these civs get treadmill crane? Treadmill crane affects build speed, and that is not something all civilizations get, and I do not have it memorized. So if someone could look that up. Actually, I'm going to trust Otter. He says yes, that they both do. Otter is a deathmatch player, so he would know. That's a really big deal in deathmatch. All right, so then if that's the case, purples will actually complete. Purple might win this game. Purple might be able to do it. Again, stockpiles are a big deal here. No gold income for either. Maybe there's some relics around that I missed. Like here we've got, okay, 3 relics. Could always get yellow's relics, get a couple more. The other thing is Teal is not set up to spam halbs and skirms. I'm not seeing tons of ranges. It's mainly stables. But it's going to be a real battle. Teal actually has 150 army. This is going to be no joke. Teal's also mixing in onagers. Ooh, I might need to take it back. I didn't see Teal's army on screen, but it's everywhere now. Let's see the unit control. I think purple should just camp the hill, honestly. Camp the hill. I would love to see some turtle ships mixed in, but it's probably too late for that. Guys, the pressure's got to be unreal. The exhaustion's got to be unreal for these players right now. As I said, though, the arbalest, the wagons, they're tanky. They're going to hold on, at least for this first wave. Wonder will be completed here in a moment. Another big group, though, from Teal. Teal's going to make a play. Now, the king is in this castle, too. So, like, the king is obviously another big factor to think about. You just snipe the king, and the wonder doesn't matter at this point, so... See how it goes. OG Straggler Tree says, T90, don't both players here get into a finals game? One for winning and the other for having the most snipes this game, since they are tied in the snipe. The snipe game is not specific to each... game. It is like total king snipes. So like you could have 2 players in the same game technically get into the king snipe final, or 0 players from a game if they didn't snipe a lot of kings. So odds are actually great right now if purple doesn't snipe a king that no one will make it into a king snipe from this game. Does that make sense? That was a huge mop up from Teal. Teal's units were attacking the barrack, purple's units were attacking the barracks a lot there. It says purple's got more army. There's still army back here. I wonder if there's army around that's been forgotten. Not really. So it must just be crammed in here. But yes, it is a combination of all the games, whoever sniped the most kings for the snipe game. I think like if you get 3, odds are good you get into the snipe game. But we haven't seen the pro games yet. I don't know. It'll be tricky. There's going to be a lot of tie breaks and whatnot. I think purple holds this for now, guys. Like, teal's gotten really close. Like, really, really close. But the towers are owning. There's more wagons. There's more arbalests. The trebs for teal are exposed and could go down. Teal, though, producing lots of skirmishers now. That's something I wasn't seeing before. That's going to be helpful. Not as helpful against the wagons, but it's still something. And purple also has to get the villagers back to work, ideally. I want to keep an eye on stockpiles there, bottom left. Overall, more resources in the bank for pickled cabbage, but pickled cabbage doesn't have the gold income. Again, Wonder is up. Countdown is on. 300 years to go. Wonder will complete in a second for pickled cabbage. If a player has the most snipes and won the game, are they in both finals? No. So that's where it gets weird. If you snipe the most kings but also win the game, you go to the grand final. You don't go to the snipers final. So it's a bit of a weird system, but it's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Can you imagine playing a Diplo, like 2 separate Diplo games that go 4 hours long in the same day? It'd be exhausting. Not to mention, we want to give players more opportunities, so. All right, guys. Well, quite a game on our hands. Teal's Wonder is going to complete. We'll get a peek at the Byzantine Wonder. I think it's kind of funny that Teal continued to build this. Would it not have been smart to delete it once you realized you were going to win the Wonder Battle? Because you can't win the one. If you can't win the Wonder race, you kind of need the resources, I guess, right? See how things go. Teal not able to approach the trebs and the arbs and the halbs. You could tell the rally points set into the battle. Stressful times for Teal. The countdown is on. Purple's doing it. Purple's holding. Purple doesn't really have good eco, but oh, purple found gold. Purple found gold. How much gold was even left on the map? There's only 6K and stone. That's huge. What a find. And treason was now researched for Teal. So Teal might change strategy to try and get the king, but the king is in there next to the Wonder. Probably easier to take the Wonder out than it is to take the king at this point. Yeah, we have tiebreak rules in place if, like, you know, people are tied. Obviously, people are probably going to be tied. And that tiebreak in the rules says that it will be determined by the admins. We will take it to the admins, and we'll take it to the mods, and we'll decide who is the best king sniper, basically. There are certain things I have in mind on how I want that determined. But yeah. Like I think if you lasted longer in a game and you are tied with king kills for the king snipe game, I think that should be a factor. We'll talk about, like, that's going to be something that will happen after the pro day, right? If they delete their own king, do they get $25? No, you can't do that, unfortunately. We've asked players not to delete their own kings. And if that does happen, we will make sure the person who would have had the better odds of killing the kings get the payout. So you can tell right there, Teal clicked a bombard cannon in on the castle because he realized the king was there. So Teal, this is what you need, okay? You need to settle down a little bit. You need to deep breath. Can everyone say deep breath right now? You need a deep breath moment because, listen, it's not looking good, but it's not going to make it better if you go one cannon at a time. You need a big build up, everything you've got, like maybe 10, 12 cannons, and then a big army, and then you make your move. So this is just like the whole do not trickle treb situation I'm always discussing. You got to wait till you get the mass. Purple's distracted. You got a chance. There's still plenty of time. You just got to realize that if you're Teal. Now, I did open the wall here. Remember, Korean towers actually can range bombard cannons, so it's kind of a tricky unit to use against Koreans. And I think purple's going to be more in camp mode than anything. I don't think purple is going to be thinking about pushing to kill the king, but you could push to kill the king too. So, yeah, like Teal's definitely trying something here. I don't know what it is yet. It seems like a slow, steady king snipe. He's opening up the walls, bringing in paladins, bringing in our skirmishers. And purple, I think, has noticed this. And purple might be a little bit scared now. Little bit scared. Korean hussars aren't so good. And the trebs are positioned over here from purple. I think both these players are around 1,000 elo. It's been a 3-hour slog. Let's have some patience with them here. They got here together, fighting with each other with good teamwork, and now the pressure's on. One of these players will be amongst pros on the final day. That's a crazy thought, right? It will be really interesting. I'm so excited. Like, if you watched all the games, you'll get to kind of understand who the players are, how they play come that time. But, you know, I think, again, the main issue for Teal is purple had a little bit of time to react. It feels like purple having the hill, the tower still being here is just enough. It's not pretty from purple, but I think it's enough to maybe just hold on another wave. And you can tell the halbs get in, the hussars get in, the wagons mixed in enough, and Teal again does not have gold. Pickled cabbage selling off wood again. Used to have 80k, selling off to get the gold. Okay, what unit do you go for? Let's say you're Byzantines right now. If you had to pick one unit to mass with, let's say, trebs, what would you choose? I'm going cataphracts, personally. But then it's tough to produce cataphracts and trebs at the same time. I think cataphracts, Seadram would be a really good addition. I agree, Huggy. Seadram instead of trebs might actually be good. Cataphracts or paladins, probably, right? Cataphracts would do better against the halbs, though. It is just so expensive, though. And he doesn't have gold income. Purple will finish the gold down here. Is purple adding more trade, too? Oh, yo, purple's got trade in queue. I don't know exactly where purple's trading to. Purple might be trading with yellow right now. That's huge! That's huge! I think purple can do this. I think purple can do this, and I think purple might not have been able to kill Teal if not for the Wonder Victory. The Wonder Victory was an epic choice. Because I don't think purple's good enough to beat Teal. I think purple's good enough to hold on so Teal can't kill him. That's what we're seeing here. Because they're fairly close. It's just breaking the Korean fortifications has proved a tough task here for Teal. Okay, as I say that, though, that is a lot of skirms, and everything that purple's been making, except for the hussars, dies to skirms. The thing is, these are Korean hussars. They're the worst hussars in the game. They also kind of die to skirms. There's onagers now from Teal. There's trebs now from Teal. Uh-oh. Have I spoke too soon? The towers are going to start to go down. 150 years. Is it possible for Pickled Cabbage now? Pickled Cabbage had that deep breath moment. Pickled Cabbage realized, I need a big mass of trebs. I need a big army. We can't trickle in units like he did before. And purple going to try and use the trebs from the hill again onto Teal's trebs, which has been so annoying, dude. Teal must be so annoyed by these trebs. Just the hill in general has just been such a big factor here. By the way, I think purple needs onager. Purple needs onager as well. It would be such a good addition here. God, these towers have 75 kills. Getting so many kills that we don't realize. Dealt 5,000 damage. Purple used to have 8 trebs. It's now down to 4. And Teal still has a big skirm ball. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. I think it's going to be super close. Purple is running out of steam. Now purple is panicking. Purple is panicking like crazy. And purple's like, what more can I make here? I've tried everything in my tech tree. Purple is going to run out of food. Purple is going to run out of food. We'll only have wood. We'll only have gold. And I think then you'd have to make war wagons or onagers. Unfortunately, Koreans can't make demos. It feels like this is cruel that we can't see demos here. It sucks that purple's Koreans. But I actually would like to see, like, speaking of ships, it wouldn't be a bad idea for Pickled Cabbage to make some docks and go for some Dramans here. Purple, same thing. Need a deep breath moment. You need to chill in your base. You need to stop throwing units away. Mass up your units before you engage. These guys have not spoken in so long. They're just so focused on this moment right now. But Teal's Trebs are making progress. Teal's Trebs are making progress. Is Pickled Cabbage going to do it? Can Pickled Cabbage get the job done? That's just so many skirms. 100 skirms. He's using skirms against the tower right now. He doesn't give a crap. Who needs Trebs? And the Trebs are actually going to go for the Wonder. And that Wonder needs to be repaired, Purple. You got to deal with those Trebs somehow, man. Oh. Get the repairs in. Bring the Vills. Oh, my God. Purple's starting to clear this. Purple is actually starting to clear this. Wonder needs to be repaired. I don't know where the Vills are going. Wonder needs to be repaired. Trebs need to be sniped. There are no Vills to repair. The Wonder's halfway down. This Wonder will fall. And then Teal does not have to kill the king. Teal just has to defend his own Wonder. And the Wonder, no. And Purple thinks that's it for him. Calls the GG. And his king is on the move out into the battlefield. He is going to give Pickled Cabbage the kill, which would be Pickled Cabbage's third kill. Combined with the victory, of course. That's $175. Not bad for never playing a community game before. Okay, Pickled Cabbage. Still enemy to Purple, but Purple's going to ally. And, yeah, Purple's just going to give it up. Purple's not going to try and fight to take that Wonder. And is just going to give the kill here to Teal. What a game. What a finish. And I really didn't think Pickled Cabbage had it in him for a while there. It looked like it was just so good from Purple. Purple had so many fortifications. The Wonder was, I think it was at 100 years, maybe even slightly below it. But just couldn't quite get the job done there. Maybe a couple onagers in the mix could have done it for Purple. But what a fight from those two. As they were like basically down to the limit with their resources. So that was an interesting game. I mean, that was a crazy game. It did feel like there was the people who were favored to win this game or maybe go far didn't go far, right? We had the highest ranked player immediately started off with a bang killing somebody. He paid the price heavily, Mr. Eric Baum. Then the two legends, the two people that were rigged into this game, you had the legend of Cocky Joe or Simple Joe, depending. Video about that guy. Amazing video about that guy. He didn't last all that long. Tom the Wizard wasn't able to last all that long. It really was just the northern team, the yellow, teal, purple alliance, and the fact they didn't waver and the fact they were consistent that helped them finish up in the final three. I love the respect that those three had for each other too, because again, it's still cutthroat. It's still crazy. There's still lots on the line. I loved how Deadly Cookie was just like, here, take my king. You know, and then when the guy turned on him when he thought he was going to be friends, he was just like, oh, understandable. I get it. Had a lot of respect for each other there. No animosity. Purple, 2,000 kills there. 2,000 kills. And, I mean, other players are pretty close to that, too. Teal, 1,500 kills. Yellow, 1,700 kills. You had Wally. Oh, man, Wally going down. Like, he was looking so good, but his king being exposed. Honestly, guys, I actually just remembered that because it was so long ago. What a game from Teal. That was such a game changer. If Pickled Cabbage didn't snipe Wally's king, I think Tom and Simple Joe survive a whole lot longer. The rest of the game goes so much differently because Wally was the heart of that team. So the fact that Pickled Cabbage sniped Wally, also sniped Green. Remember, Green was the bully. Green was the number one at one point, and then ultimately sniped Purple and, you know, was going to win with the Wonder victory. It was just a very, very good game. And yeah, so obviously hope people enjoyed. So eventually there will be a final. Pickled Cabbage will be in that final now. Lots of payouts all around here. Regicide Rumble 5. Really hope people enjoyed this on the stream. Obviously later on in the videos. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment. But certainly was one that wasn't very predictable there, which I appreciated.